All right, everybody. I'm sure most of you know. I'm not sure if all of you know. I honestly don't know, like myself, how big this got or whatever. Um, but DBOG had a little bit of a leak. When did it happen? Was it today or 3 days ago? Because the video was 3 days ago. Did it happen
Yeah,
today?
but it was discovered like I think about a day ago, but the video was 3 days ago because that's like
Okay.
the proof on the site where it leaked,
Okay.
showing like the assets and everything.
So basically, some dude made a YouTube video on a anonymous YouTube channel. Excuse me. That was created specifically to upload this video. And basically it's just a 4 minute or so video showing like some sneak peeks of DBOG that we already basically saw. Nothing crazy. But the crazy part is like he leaks the whole script for DBOG.
Yeah, it
And
actually runs deeper than that because that video is like proof that he made unlisted for like a third party site where like they usually sell like Roblox scripts or like copied or cracked or Roblox popular Roblox games where like they sell the scripts and like the building blocks for like the game to like people who want to buy it.
so like this guy who did that put it on that website for the
Yeah,
DBOG.
basically, like he doesn't just have the leaks; he has the assets itself, and is willing
Mhm.
to like copy and sell it to people who want to buy it.
Okay. So this is like pretty big news obviously. Um Now, first of all, I think it's important to go over what Sony thinks of this. He does not give two shits. He doesn't care. Um,
Basically,
bro literally has bigger like things to worry about right now. He's got more food on his plate than this. Let's just say that. He doesn't care. So I don't think like he cares all that much. Like he's still working on the update. He's not giving up and he's not delaying the update. Excuse me. Um a lot of people instantly went to, oh no, it's going to be delayed again. No, it's not. Sony doesn't care. Um, and if you want to know what like I think about this leak is that like, yeah, he might like put this onto like a website, but I'm gonna be real with you, like, and this is something that Snake World himself told me, right? So like, I don't know about you guys. I think he's a pretty successful developer. So I think he knows what he's talking about. Um, if you don't have like the capability to like start from scratch and make your own game, your game's probably not going to go very far anyway because of your lack of creativity and your lack of like effort. Um that's what he told me.
mm.
Because and if you remember, there was that like Final Stand game that people were saying was going to be like the fan-made Final Stand 2 that had that group of people, and then they were like, no, we never claimed to be Final Stand 2. And then, like, you can literally go to their About Me page on their YouTube channel and see that it literally said, we are making Final Stand 2. And, like,
If I remember, they also like stole assets
they did
from
steal
Sequel,
assets.
right?
I'm pretty sure.
Yeah,
Well, that was the rumors. I don't know. Like the map looked 1-to-1 to like the Final Stand map. Like if they didn't
I
steal
remember
assets,
playing
it's
the
it's
game,
crazy.
and a lot of the mechanics, like the flying and everything like that, was 1-to-1 with
Yeah,
Final Stand. Of course, some things were missing, but the base game was basically Final Stand.
yeah. So like, and look at where that game went. Nobody talks about that game anymore. I'm pretty sure it's discontinued. I don't know. And again, I'm not trying to spread a hate or anything. Like that's just what happened in the past. That was like 2 years ago or something. But like I specifically remember them like saying that to me because they got mad at my video calling them out. And then, but like they weren't trying to show that they were mad. They were more like respectful and trying to just prove me wrong. And I was like, okay, fair enough. So what? How are you gonna prove me wrong? And I'm like, well, first of all, we never claimed to be Final Stand 2. And then I literally went to their YouTube About Me and sent them the screenshot of them claiming to be Final Stand 2. I saved the screenshot for my YouTube video if I was gonna make another one, and then they instantly changed it and said my bad. um, so I checkmated them right then and there. But like again, where did that game go? It's went nowhere. And I'm sure if that same team of people wanted to make a game, they could. I'm sure they could.
Mhm.
The moral of the story is that like stealing assets isn't gonna get you anywhere really.
Yeah, I understand that, but I think the real danger, especially with Sony's developers, because as it seems like his devs care more than Sony himself. Not saying that like either that's a good or bad thing, but it's kind of their work that's also being stolen. What they're afraid about is not like DBOG itself getting stolen, but sort of like the core mechanics. Because I don't know if you noticed this, but many Dragon Ball games just don't seem to get like fluid movement down
Yeah.
or fluid flying movement, so that the worry that like fluid movement and like decent fighting, which is what makes DBOG unique, is going to get copied and put into other games. And it's going to be code that's like, it's going to be code that's similar to theirs, so they know it's from there, but it's been modified for their own game, so they can't really say that it's their code anymore. You know what I mean? That's
And
like the major concern. But again, Sony doesn't care. Nothing is going to, like, from his like announcements and even like when I was in a secret group call, I can't really describe what it is, but Sony himself said he doesn't give two shits. In his own words, he said, "I'm gonna keep working on my own thing. They can do whatever they want."
so, by the way, I feel like a lot of people don't really know. I like, and I still, and to some of you, this is gonna sound stupid, but trust me, I get comments and I get people joining my Discord server asking me. I am not a developer of DBOG, and neither is my friend here. Um,
Mm-mm.
we do not develop the game. We don't code it or nothing. I help test it. He helps test it. I helped Sony with ideas before a really long time ago. Like, for example, like I'm not trying to claim I did a lot. I was just there while he was testing it. Like, when he was scripting Kaioken to come out in the Otherworld update, I was like in the test server with him, like testing it with him. Um, we aren't testers, but we are in like the sort of
The
the
loop,
small
I
group
would say.
of people who know like what's going on kind of behind the scenes. So we don't know everything obviously. Like I don't know when exactly the update is coming out, right? That's one thing that I don't know. I do know excuse me, my voice. I do know for the most part what is going to be in the update, but like I don't know everything. I don't know exactly what, and things could obviously change. I just know
Yeah,
what to expect.
the only thing I can say is that I advise everyone to still hold true to like Sony's words of. I think it was like ranked season three will start like at the end of August, right? Yeah, Sony 1,000% still plans to update this game before the end of August.
Yeah,
So everyone just go fast on that. Like I don't know. I can't really say much, but all I can say is that Sony is pretty much ready to update. He's just trying to like tweak out some things. He is ready to push the game out.
that's what we've heard. Yeah, is from a lot of people, a lot of developers working on the game. Is that like the update is basically ready. He's just tweaking things right now. Um, but yeah, that's where I was sort of going. It's like with this leak, I wouldn't expect much bad to happen. If somebody does buy it, it's probably just gonna be a waste of money. And if
Mhm.
somebody does manage to make a decent Dragon Ball game using DBOG's code, uh, I don't think it'll ever be bigger than DBOG. I don't
Neither
think
do
it'll
I.
be bigger than Final Stand or Nexus either.
It will be insulting, but it won't be bigger than DBOG.
It's just like I wouldn't expect anything to come out of it. And if you're a developer who wants to prove me wrong, guess what? I would be happy to be proven wrong. If we get DBOG 2 that actually gets updated fast and has a dev team behind it helping the main developer anyway, that would be awesome. And you know what? Sony would step up his game too. Like that's the sort of thing is like new Dragon Ball games coming out doesn't upset any of these devs, or at least it shouldn't. I don't think it upsets Sunny in the slightest because like he takes it at face value. He always like shares his opinions on games that come out, and then like no matter what, whether he likes it or doesn't, like he always sends the game link into the DBOG server. Like the Nexus game link he sent into the DBOG server or had his mods do it because like Sony legitimately cares about like Dragon Ball and Roblox, and it's like the phrase that I always like is like rising tides raise all ships. So basically, the more popular Dragon Ball gets, every Dragon Ball game is gonna benefit from that, right? So if a new Dragon Ball game comes out, it's only gonna make the other games that exist better because they're gonna have to like strive to compete with the new stuff in this game, right? That's what Final Stand did to me, in my opinion. Final Stand was just so far above everything else we'd ever seen. Like, the closest Dragon Ball game to Final Stand was probably DBOR, because that
Yeah,
game was really cool and really fun when it came out. That was like, DBOR was probably the first, like, really, really cool, good Dragon Ball game that had a lot of effort, because I know there were others before it that had a lot of effort. Stuff like Final Adventures is what I played growing up.
oh, that was amazing.
Um,
Looking at false, looking at Flaming Path,
Flaming Path was fire in
the
my
original
opinion.
Flaming Path, not the like 1 million copies that were made because that
Yeah,
game also had its code stolen.
but yeah, Flaming Path was cool. Um, but like in my opinion, DBOR is just obviously far above those, right? And then Final Stand, in my opinion, was like far above DBOR. Maybe not graphically, but like gameplay wise, absolutely.
Mhm.
Um, and just like how fun it was, in my opinion, like being able to go to these different places and everything, which is so sick. And then I think DBOG once again like was a new step above Final Stand for sure. And like you look at it and it's like DBOG, I'm not saying Sony copied Snake, but like you look at stuff that was in Final Stand in DBOG, like space, for example, and flying around going to planets. Like, yes, that's was inspired from Final Stand, but like that doesn't mean it's a bad thing. Like it's inspired. Like you're supposed to be inspired by things that are successful so that way like you can, you know,
Learn from it.
learn from it and build on, like um but moral of everything here is I wouldn't like summary, right? I wouldn't expect the update to be delayed. I don't know
Yeah,
when it's gonna come out. It's either gonna come out. I doubt it comes out later today. I don't
I
even
don't
know when
think
this
so either.
video is gonna go up. I have to edit it still and make a thumbnail and everything.
Yeah, but I have faith in Sony. It will be at least before the end of August.
I would say it's either today by some miracle. And I don't like this when this video comes out, it might be like 20 minutes until the end of the day. Like I don't know. So it's either coming out late on the 29th, and I know for some of you in the EU it's not the 29th anymore. Um the 30th is very likely and the 31st is very likely. I would say like the farther the better because Sony likes to take his time and if he says a date, he likes to stretch it out as much as he can just to make sure that he has everything right and everything. And that's why Sony doesn't really give release dates is cuz he is the type of dude who like the game is ready when I say it's ready. Like that's what Sony is like.
Yes,
So,
basically.
I would still expect it in August. Obviously, things can change. And again, like, if you don't believe us because we're just two dudes telling you through a YouTube channel, like, we quite literally are in touch with Sony every day. Like, we have a group with him, with some other people that you know. Um, we we talk to him. I'm not gonna say we're friends with him. I'm not gonna say we like him. I'm not gonna say we hate him. We just talk to him every day about the game and like what's coming in the game and everything. So if you don't believe us, you're just being weird at this point. Because like I've literally like talked about this multiple times before. Like I don't know how to prove it without like going over boundaries. Like maybe I could just take a screenshot of the group chat, like blur the chats and the other people in the chat except for me, you, and Sony. I don't know. Like people then would still not believe us, but it's whatever, right? Like that's why I don't do that is because people will still not believe us anyway.
Yeah.
Um, you're just gonna have to take our word for it. But yeah, that's who we are. We're just people in this group chat that like help with this stuff and everything, and try to help the game get going. Um, I think that's about it when it comes to the leak. Like that's all we really have to talk about. It's not gonna affect anything really. Sony's just gonna work on his game, which is amazing. I'm glad he's taking it that way. And I wouldn't expect it to delay the update. So don't lose your hopes and think it's gonna be delayed again just because of this leak. If it gets delayed again, it's not because of the leak. I tell you that much. Um, yeah, that's about it.
Yeah, that's pretty much it. Yeah, that's everything.
Do you want to? Should I end the video or should we talk about like the update?
Uh, I guess we can talk a bit about the update.
We can do a different video. We're at
There's not
15
really
minutes.
much. I don't want to say there's not much. So there is a lot coming in the update, but it's not a lot that you can summarize or like in like elongate into something saying it's long.
Mm-hmm.
But a lot of like the major things that are expected from 1.5 are coming, and there's a lot more that they have done, but they're just not ready to release yet. But
I'm gonna
what
stop.
is coming is
Hold on. I'm gonna stop the video. We're gonna talk about it in another video, just right
oh
after
okay
this. Um,
okay
just because this one's getting long, I don't like uploading too long of a video. But
okay
yeah, you guys just that's all the info you need to know about the leak. I know we dragged it on a lot, but like I just felt like it was necessary. Everybody knew all the information and everything, and I wanted to be able to repeat myself a lot just so that people know and like don't twist my words or anything. Like just know that nothing that bad is gonna come from this,
yeah.
unless somebody
It's
who
not stopping
is
DBOG.
like nothing at the bottom line. This isn't stopping DBOG. If anything, like I'm not gonna say this is good, but like if a genuinely talented developer does get his hands on the code for whatever reason, I don't know why a talented person would want the code, because they could just do it themselves. But like you know what, whatever, bro. Like have fun, I guess. Like it doesn't affect me, shouldn't affect any of you. Like just be excited. Just be excited that Dragon Ball is coming back to Roblox. We have Nexus, we have Final Stand 2, we have DBOG coming back. Like, just be excited. Yeah, that's it.